case.
Okay, we
Um,
want to make sure we have the recording.
it didn't let you guys know that it's recording, but it says it's recording on mine. So
Okay,
here's
good.
to hoping.
I know Zoom has added some features, so we cross our fingers and hope it all works well. I'll give everybody just another couple of minutes. It's a little after 3, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see that okay? Yes? Okay. Thanks, Maya. So welcome to the final transition roundup of fall 2024, believe it or not. Boy, time is passing quickly. Today, we have Katie Grant here to talk about the PRIA's summer initiatives, and then Jenny Holland, I hope I know I'm messing that up, to talk about services through independent living choices. Um, so welcome, everyone. We will be back after the holidays. In January, we'll have a January, February, and April roundup. And of course, if you have any subjects you'd like to hear about, please let us know. We're open to suggestion. We want these sessions to be useful for you, so we want that feedback. We are in Catch the College Wave season. 2 down, 1 is happening as we speak, just wrapping up. November 6th, we'll have a Catch the College Wave at Mitchell Technical College. And November 13th will be a Catch the College Wave at Western Dakota Tech in Rapid City. Then we can focus on our Let's Talk Work events in the spring. We'll be in Lake Area Technical College in Watertown on February 18th, the 19th at Highland Conference Center in Mitchell, February 26th, the Sanford Center in Sioux Falls, February 27th in Rapid City, and April 2nd at the American in Fort Pierre. We'll be getting out, those flyers are actually, I think most of them already on the website, TSLP/events. So you can get looking at those now. The 26th Annual Youth Leadership Forum, we're taking applications now. June 8th through 12th, we will be at Northern State University here in Aberdeen with about 50 youth from across the state. Be sure to have your students register for that. And if you have students who've been to YLF before you think would make good leadership, we encourage you to have them apply for a leadership position as well. Those applications are all on the tslp.org website. And planning ahead, save the date. Our annual Transition Summer Institute will be July 8th and 9th at Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center at Cedar Shores. That's always a good time for teachers. We try to make them very useful and enlightening sessions, so we encourage you to attend. And of course, to keep up to date on all of our events, join our TSLP Facebook page. Look for us under Transition Services Liaison Project of South Dakota. So, anyone have any questions or comments or anything to add? Okay, well, in that case, I will turn it over to Katie Gran with Voc Rehab. Hi, Katie.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me this afternoon for a little bit. I just wanted to come up and let everybody know that we will be requesting proposals for the 2025 Summer Pre-Employment Transition Initiative camps. We've been doing this since about 2016, where we provide fundings to school districts, educational cooperatives, and agencies that provide services to youth with disabilities to do summer camps that are all involve the pre-ets, the pre-employment transition services, job exploration activities, workplace readiness training to develop social skills and independent living skills. We want to see instruction in self-advocacy, information about voc rehab services and other programs available to assist individuals with disabilities. And an optional topic is information about post-secondary training, college exploration, prep, and planning services as well. So CTE courses or just learning more about what is available after they leave secondary school. These summer camps are not a replacement for the extended school year requirements that school districts and some educational co-ops might have. And I will be sending out an email on November 18th where the dates are changing a little bit this year because things have changed with our processes. So I've had to kind of move things up a little bit. So the proposal request will go out on November 18th. Proposals will be due January 17th, which again is a little earlier than usual. Um, but we hope to have everything reviewed by the beginning of February so that we can have the contract start dates be August for or April 1st, excuse me. This last summer, it was a wonderful turnout. We had 19 camps that DRS funded during the 2024 summer, and we served 125 students during these summer camps. So that is one of the biggest numbers that we've had since we've started this. So it's been a wonderful thing. I think it was 70% of the students participating in the summer camps were already VR clients. The other 30% are now being served by VR as potentially eligible. So again, just a great way for VR to get our name out and get those students familiar with how VR can support them while they're still in school and when they go into adulthood. So again, please look out for those emails and all of that information to come out on November 18th. I usually send it out to my project skills listserv. So if you don't get my quarterly reminders, but you're interested in learning more, make sure that you connect with whoever is within your school district or co-op to get that information. Otherwise, I ask TSLP to pass it along to all of their school contacts. So if you are on one of their listservs, you'll probably see it that way. And hopefully I can get it through the Department of Education transition listserv as well. So, or you can contact me directly. Just make a note on your calendar for November 18th. And if you don't see an email shortly after that, then just reach out and I'll send you all the information that I can. Does anybody have any questions about those summer pre-ets? I saw a comment. Perfect. My schools have been asking if these summer camps are still being available. Yes, they are.
And I know a teacher who had never tried it before, tried it a couple of summers ago, and she is sold. She's doing it every year now. So
And I
teachers
just
are
want to
finding
stress, it's not a replacement for the extended school year requirement. It's something additional, but the camps can cover the school staff personnel costs for the school staff that are working the summer camp. So you can submit any salary, hourly wage, whatever it is in that camp. So we can cover that cost. But again, it's not extended school year. It's something on top of that.
I'd just like to add, I went to a few of the camps this last summer and it was so much fun. They learned so much and they were just really great ways for the kids to continue to be involved during the summer and the teachers all really enjoyed enjoyed themselves. It is an awesome deal.
Yeah. So it was asked if I can give some examples. So a lot of it, some of the activities that some of the other camps did this last summer was they worked on work communication, like professional communication with coworkers, supervisors, you know, the emails, the phone calls. They talked a lot about jobs versus careers and what's the difference between those two. They do mock interviews to work on those interviewing skills. Um, they do community tours of potential businesses that they could be employed at. Um, they have a lot of guest speakers. ILC has come to many. Well, ILC hosts summer camps, but they also come and present at other camps. VR, TSLP have been. Some have had community nurses come in and talk about the importance of healthy eating and exercising. They've had the fire department come in and teach them how to use fire extinguishers. They've had community members come in to talk about housing and how to apply for housing and different things. Um, let's see, healthy cooking and shopping, internet, fire and personal safety, learning about public transportation, money management. Um, yeah, so I mean, those are the main things. They've had former VR clients come in and talk about the services that they received through Voc Rehab. And then self-advocacy, understanding their IEPs and how to advocate for themselves, how to set goals and different things. So yeah, just a variety. Some of the comments that I've gotten on the surveys that get returned, I learned how to advocate for my needs. The camp helped shed light on areas I can improve in when having a conversation with coworkers. I learned about mental health, first aid, and being safe. I learned how to be a good worker and liked all the employer tours. I learned how to manage my life better. You know, so they're wonderful opportunities. So yeah, I would encourage you to reach out and especially after November 18th when I can start distributing all of this information to find out more because there is a proposal process, there's an evaluation process. So it's not a guarantee that just because you submit a proposal that you'll get, but there is a good chance. So as long as you kind of fall within the perimeters that's within those documents that I'll send out on November 18th. And I'll put my email in the thing because I know Jenny is anxious to start talking about all their wonderful, great things. So I'll put my email address in the, oh, what, that was weird. In the chat and you guys can reach out directly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. Yeah, those camps could be very beneficial. So I encourage you to look into that. But we will move on right now with another program that can be extremely beneficial to your students, Independent Living Choices. Jenny, welcome. Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kate. As I was looking through the participant list, I got kind of excited because these are all my people. You guys are my people. I recognize so many names. Let me see. I'll do a screen share here. All right. Can everyone see that?
Yes, we can see.
Perfect. Okay. Many of you are going to know a lot of this information. I hope to provide maybe a little more detail and opportunity for collaboration. I was taking down all sorts of notes about the pre-ets because ILC, like Katie shared, we do that, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to that section. So we're Independent Living Choices. We provide services to people with disabilities who make independence their choice. Our agency covers the eastern side and all of the tribal nations in South Dakota. So this is our coverage map. We are a center for independent living, and centers for independent living are federally mandated. So every state has these. I did put the link there for you if you were interested, if you had family members, friends, other teachers who wanted to know more about what their Center for Independent Living is in their state, you can go to that link. It'll take you to a map and give you details for that contact information for those centers. For independent living choices, we cover, like I said, the eastern side. We have 9 offices, and then each office then covers those different counties. No matter what, if you call one of our other offices and you aren't, you called the wrong office or the wrong area, we will get you connected with the independent living specialist for that office. So since Centers for Independent Living are federally mandated, there is an independent living philosophy, and that is that individuals with disabilities are the experts in their own needs. They should have the opportunity to decide how and where they want to live and work and participate in their communities. They should have the opportunity to make decisions about the services that affect them, and all of our services are participant driven. Who do we serve? So we serve individuals with permanent disabilities. This could be physical, cognitive, intellectual, mental, emotional, co-occurring. We serve those individuals across the lifespan. Our services are not a one and done. So oftentimes we work with individuals maybe when they're, a teenager, and then we don't see them again until maybe their late 20s. Our services are considered short-term as well. Short-term is loosely defined. The goal is for us to help them learn a skill or obtain the item that they need so that they can live independently without ILC, but then also knowing that oftentimes they do come back and we're there to still assist. We really enjoy working with the other communities and individuals in the communities that we serve. This just helps to meet all of the needs of our participants. I just like the saying is 2 heads are better than 1. So we really enjoy that collaboration piece. And then we can accept referrals from the individual themselves, friends, family members, other professionals in the community. We do have a referral form. I did share with Kate already that I shared with her the referral form, a little 1-page brochure that we have in our coverage map. So I do believe she will make sure that everybody has the opportunity to get that.
Those will be posted on our website with the recording of today's event.
Okay, so then we have our 5 core services. Every Center for Independent Living has to offer these 5 core services, and then you're allowed to elect what other services that you want to provide. So these are the 5 core services. I'll just go through these. Teaching advocacy, self-advocacy, so teaching individuals to be their own self-advocates, also helping to advocate on the behalf of the participants that we work with. So there's a variety of advocacy that we can provide. Independent living skills training, so this is that hands-on training that could look like cooking, cleaning, laundry, budgeting, sorting mail, social activities or volunteer activities. We like to meet the individuals in their home or their community. We've also done meetings at the school. If that is the best place for our students or participants to meet, we can meet at our office or out in the community. Let's say we want to learn about grocery shopping and healthy eating. We can just meet them directly at the grocery store and do a lesson there. information and referral. So getting the participants connected with other resources that they would benefit from. Peer support. Peer support is provided in two ways with ILC. We have individual peer support. We have a peer visitor program that matches individuals with a similar disability, similar age, male to male, female to female, and they can talk with each other. There's a mentor and a mentee. The mentor who provides that support and shares about successful independent living that they have, accomplished and worked through. And they can talk to that individual, whether it's on the phone, Facebook Messenger, and sometimes they're even matched when living in the same community. So they could meet in person if they desired. And then we do have peer support groups. Our peer support groups can be disability specific, age specific, or cross disability. And then the fifth core service is transition. So transition can happen in three ways with Centers for Independent Living. We have the nursing home, what you think of as a skilled nursing facility, transitioning back into the community. We provide services to individuals to help prevent or deter them from having to enter those skilled nursing facilities. And then we have our youth transition services. So this focuses on two parts: post-secondary, helping them to get connected either with Voc Rehab. Maybe that means now they're finding their own apartment, providing that independent living skills training. And then we also provide the pre-ETs. We do a summer transition program. All of our offices are now hosting one, ages 16 to 21, maybe even 14. I think we would take 14 to 21 to come and participate in our summer transition program. I wrote down a couple of notes here as I was listening to what Katie was sharing, and I just wanted to add some things that we have recently tried to incorporate into our summer transitions is some of that self-esteem and confidence building. Also some art therapy. We've had really great success with bringing in some art therapy lessons and having them do that activity. Also helping them to understand more about what their IEP is and how they can be present during their IEP meetings. So those are a couple things that we've just added to our curriculum. All right, and so these are our other services. These, like I shared, are the other services that Independent Living Choices has decided to offer. Not every Center for Independent Living will offer these. All right, so we have community living services, helping individuals to find affordable, accessible transportation or housing, teaching them also with those independent living skills. How do you use that public transportation? How do you schedule that? For housing, what does your lease mean? What are your responsibilities as a tenant? What are the responsibilities of your landlord? How do you communicate with your neighbors? Those are a couple of the things that we do with our community living services. Home modifications and adaptive devices. We can provide some home modifications and adaptive devices to the individuals we serve. With this service, we do have financial guidelines that the individual has to meet. The request also has to match the disability, and there's a funding limit per participant. So everyone has a lifetime funding limit. Some of the things that we can do are lift chairs, reachers, canes or walkers, flashing doorbells or bed shaker alarms, small modifications like grab bars and hand railings, door widenings, up to those bigger bathroom modifications, such as a walk-in shower, maybe a roll-in shower, also providing ramps on a home or a platform lift. Telecommunication adaptive devices, or we call it TAD. We provide those emergency response phones. We do have two options that we work with. One is a landline option, and there's no cost for that. There is now a mobile option that works both in the community and their homes. There are some different guidelines for this service, and there is an annual fee that they are responsible for at the end of that first year of having it. Other things that we've provided are picture phones, cordless phones, and iDevices. Americans with Disability Act. So we serve as educators in our community about accessibility and guidelines. So we can provide ADA assessments in people's homes for no cost to them. And we also do ADA assessments out in the public for different businesses. Many of you might be familiar with Home Again South Dakota, or it was formerly Money Follows the Person. This is a service that helps individuals return to their home or communities after being in a skilled nursing facility. So it provides some short-term services for them. Home Again South Dakota has some of their own eligibility criteria, and we have two transition coordinators that work here on the eastern side of the state that provides this service. And some of those services are transition services, so helping secure and set up housing, relocation transportation services, so getting them back to their home from the facility that they're at, and then assistive technology services to help them obtain those supplies and modifications that they might need in their home. And then ILC also provides services through our Assistive Daily Living Services Medicaid waiver. It's a South Dakota Medicaid waiver for individuals who are 18 and older with a physical disability affecting all four limbs. And we provide those personal attendant services in their home. So again, this has a little bit different criteria and eligibility than what our, I'm going to air quotes, standard services provide. And that's listed here. And then here are the services that are provided with the ADLS. Some case management, consumer prep, personal attendant services, lifeline services, in-home nursing, incontinence supplies, respite care, vehicle modifications, some medical and adaptive equipment, and home modifications. This is just a list of our offices, a little different view than the map, shows the counties that are served, and the contact information. And that's it.
Thanks, Jenny. Does
Yeah.
anybody have any questions for Jenny today? I will say I did not realize that ILC was responsible for administering the ADLS waiver. So I learned something new today.
And then Jenny, if people don't know the two transition coordinators that you have, would you mind sharing
Right.
their information as well in case people
Sure.
have questions?
right? Yeah.
Thank you.
And so our two transition coordinators, they do specifically help with that Home Again South Dakota, but then all of our specialists do help with that post-secondary and transition age services. So any of the specialists that you would talk to would help provide that.
Awesome. Thank you for the clarification in case anyone had it.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think I will just share that if there's any questions about, what about the transition programs that you offer in the summer, or there is a school district or individuals that want to do some collaboration around those services. We welcome that. We're happy to work with you. I know sometimes it's that feeling of, how do I even start this? Or I don't have anybody to ask any questions. I would happily answer what's worked and hasn't worked for us. And just, again, that collaboration.
I'll put in a personal plug. My oldest son has autism and attended the ILC camps 2 summers in a row. And between all the information on housing and services in the community, it really got him on a good start to independence. And we really appreciated that as parents. Okay, well, not seeing any questions. It looks
Okay.
like we can give you all about a half hour back to your day, unless anyone wants to stick around and ask questions of the liaisons or Jenny or Katie. Thanks so much for Jenny and Katie for coming today. And just a reminder, our next roundup will be in January. We'll be sending out that information shortly after the winter break. So we'll see you guys then. Katie, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Kelly has a hand up. I was seeing it differently. Kelly is right under Katie on my screen. So Kelly, did you have something you wanted to share? Perhaps not. Maybe that was an oopsie. That's okay. That happens. Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Okay, thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Katie.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thanks for
again.
having me.
Yep, have a great day.
Oh, you thought you were clapping hands?
ESLP staff, if you guys don't mind hanging out here for a minute, that would be
Absolutely.
awesome.
I can do that.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah, thank you. If you hear of any questions or somebody wants more materials, send them my way.
Will do.
All right.
Thanks again for coming.
Thank you.
You have her phone number, Kate, Jenny's.
I'm sure I do. Let me
I
look.
do.
I'm gonna put some people in the waiting room.
Okay. Yeah, well, is there a waiting room? Because
I don't know. It says that it's an option.
oh, okay.
So here we go. Oh, I should probably press